Hello everyone, good evening to all. This is Group 3 for ELC 590, CAFF2391, which consists of 5 members. Me as team leader, AMEERA SHAHEERA, FARAH, AZMIN, AISYAH, and Deo. So on today's discussion, we will be discussing about introduction to speech for main body, conclusion, and the visual aids. So I will share my screen now so that you guys will see. Can you guys see?
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So for the last discussion, we have discussed about the factors and effects, which are getting lack of attention, stress, childhood abuse, fear and sadness, and loss of concentration. So today we will discuss more about the main body. So we will start now. Okay, right. So the first one is factor of mental health problems. We got here, number one is getting lack of attention from surrounding. Getting lack of attention from surrounding such as family and friends. So for the explanation, this happens when a person that experience mental health is not being loved enough by their family and friends. This happens when for the family, the parents always compare their sibling to another children, or even between the siblings, so that they will feel like getting lack of attention from that situation. This happened maybe affected from a broken family where the parents are separated, and the parents are in not a good term. All right. For friends, a person with mental health problems are usually not receiving enough attention from their friends, or being ignored by their classmates and batchmates. All right. So that's for getting lack of attention. Shall we move to the next main points? Stress.
Okay, so for the next main point is about stress. Stress is one of the most common factors of mental health. The causes stress in mental health among people is due to financial issues. To elaborate this is most people stress about money from time to time, and also it become problematic if it disrupts our everyday life. Financial stress can lead to delayed healthcare, which is people who are with less money in budget, they will worried or overthinking that they are not making enough money to afford on such paying debts, rents, bills, and buying groceries, and as extra. This financial stress is mostly happen more often to families with low incomes. That's it for stress, for the main point stress.
Okay. Moving on to next factor.
Okay, for the next factor is childhood abuse and past trauma. My explanation for this is that as for childhood abuse, children and people who lived in an abusive family environment, they will have a feeling of fear, and they will be scared, and as they experience violence since their early childhood. So this will respond to this will respond to them with a feeling of being scared, even with a little of aggression. And also they will feel sensitive with loud voices and arguments, because it will remind them of their early childhood abusive environment. And also children who live in this environment, they often hear discouraging words, and this will affect their mindset and mentality, as they will often feel worthless and useless in their family. Thus, they will feel less appreciated, and they will feel like they are not worthy to be loved. And this will lead to a lot of mental health issues, such as post-traumatic stress disorder and also dissociative identity disorder. Other than that, they will develop anxiety and depression. As for past trauma, people with military combat experience or war accidents and other tragedies will will have PTSD whenever they encounter the same situations. Yes, that's all.
All right. That's all for the factors. Moving on to the effects of mental health problems.
So the fear and sadness is one of the most, I think, effects of the mental health problems. For example, when you are always being bullied by your friends in the classroom, most of your friends will stay silent or stay out of your range, so that they may not end up being the same situation as you, being bullied. So this is will lead you negatively overthinking about yourself, afraid of being having a conversation with someone, even your close friends. And that's all from me.
All right, the last point for effects.
The next effect is loss of concentration. Loss of concentration is a symptom of depression. It can also become part of the negative feedback cycle in which losing focus makes depression worse. Concentration requires that we want to reach a goal that we believe is worth achieving. But depression interferes with this. Other common symptom of depression that you begin to feel hopeless and lose interest in activities you once loved. We once loved. In other words, depression itself make it harder to concentrate because we simply don't see the point. Then the more you lose focus due to depression, the harder and more pointless it all seems. We get stuck in that loop. In similar, anxiety and depression have a similarity. If it feel like you are not getting enough done due to the loss of concentration, then you can get anxious, which make it even harder to concentrate, and it's another part of that negative cycle. That's for the loss of concentration.
Okay, so that we have discussed about the body, the main point, and the explanation. So we moving on to the next, which is conclusion.
So
Can I have Smith explain the summary?
yes. For conclusion, having mental illness is something that no one can face alone, but it also have a cure by spending time with our loved ones so that we can overcome with these situations and moving on for the recommendation.
Okay. For the summary, I think, from my opinion, you're saying that someone with mental health cannot face everything alone, so that they need to have friends or relatives that can help them to overcome their problem. They need friends that always check up on them so that they don't feel depressed or sad. Do you guys agree with that?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. For recommendation 1, in order to overcome the mental health issues, the person who have mental health needs to seek for professional help. So the professional help is such as a psychiatrist. They can refer to psychiatrist, asking for a counseling session so that they can share their thoughts and their problems. Even though this might spend a lot of money, but it is actually for their sake, to live their life, because everyone deserves to be happy. Everyone deserves to live a happy life and a peaceful life. All right, moving on to recommendation 2.
For the recommendation 2, that do something they are good at. Doing an activity that we enjoy probably means that we good at it and achieve something to boost our self-esteem. Concentrating on a hobby like gardening, crosswording, or gaming that will help us to forget our worries for a while, and that will make our mood will change.
So you're saying that do something you're good at is such a do art,
Do art,
keep pets, do something you love basically.
yeah, or maybe a sport.
Sport, yeah, that's true. Yeah. Good idea. Sports that you love to do, you're good at, such as volley, soccer, or anything else. All right. For the central idea reinforcement.
Okay, for reinforce central idea, as we know, even if we are not diagnosed with mental health problems, we should pay attention to this issue and realize about the seriousness of this illness.
Okay, so that you're saying that we should pay attention to this issue and not to bring this issue down, and not to make everyone to look down on this issue. Everyone should everyone should highlight this issue, because this is such a serious problem among people.
Yes.
Only people who experience mental health know how it feels to be in this issue. All right. Farah, can you conclude the statement?
Okay, so the last concluding statement is that we can make the difference by paying attention and be more concerned towards people who experience mental health problems, so that they can feel heard and loved. Why I'm saying this is because mental health problem has been one of the major issues in the world, not only in Malaysia, but
Globally.
yes, it is a global issues. So moreover, in our current state, we were having COVID-19, right? So we all need to stay at home, and we rarely go outside to meet friends or family. So I think that probably extrovert people are the most affected because they need to see they need to meet people, okay, and they need to have a conversation, they need to talk it out with someone. So this can cause depression and also anxiety to them because they need to just stay at home, and they can't talk to anyone other than just like do online meeting or video call, and yeah, etc.
Yeah,
That's all.
yeah. That's true. That's true. All right. For the last one, we need to discuss about the visual aids that we will use for this speech. So for the use of visual aids, we have agreed that we will use an image of a drawing that represents mental health problems. All right.
Mhm.
So this is the
Yes.
picture. We actually have discussed about this earlier, but it's
Mhm.
okay. So this is the image about how a person with mental health issues would feel. So I
Yeah.
think that's the end of our discussion today.
Yes.
Yes.
Do you guys have
Yes.
anything to add? No?
Oh.
Yes?
No.
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 Right. So we will end our meeting here. So thank you everyone for participating in this meeting. See you guys on next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.